Welcome to the Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot in the Shadows. I've just got 2 more decks to shuffle. I've already shuffled 3. I am Melinda NailFanatic. Thank you for liking this video. There are facts below the video, so if you have questions and you would like answers, please read the facts below the video. Thank you. I'm going to be pulling an experience. Is this your experience? And if it is, who are you? And what is going on? What are those details? Because they clearly let me know that there are nuances that I won't be allowed to discuss because you need to know them, and I'm to discuss the overall energies of the situation. Some nuances will come through, but in a general way. So today we're going to work with my words of clarity and the download to get the overall energy of the experience that's going on for you. And then we're going to pull tarot. We're going to see what the energies are using my handmade tarot deck. And then we'll use the Light Seers Tarot and the Muse Tarot to see 2 sides of the table. Okay. And see what's going on in this experience. So, when you like a video on YouTube, it goes out to more people to see it. So we're so thankful and grateful for your liking the video. All right. All 5 of these decks are shuffled and ready for us to use. So here we go. We're going to see what comes out of the words of clarity. Oh, that came right out. Let's see. What do we have? Clarity, love. And it's like when you need glasses to see far away and you don't wear them, there's so much out of your view that you just can't make it out. But clarity is coming in. Let's look at the bottom of the deck and see what the energy was previously. Wow. Wealth. So this is something to do with wealth, okay? The foundation of this experience has to do with wealth. It could be monetary wealth, financial wealth, or any form of wealth, okay? But spiritual abundance is definitely at play in this energy. We're just going to set this down. Thank you. All right. So let's get the experience, some more about the experience from the download. Okay. Demonstrating looks like the word demons starting. Interesting, since most demonstrations are motivated by fear-based emotions. See how the demons get started? And so in this is speaking about very low vibrational energies and the embracing of the low vibrational entities. So somebody was trying to demonstrate something to a lower vibrational energy. Prove a point energy is there. Somebody's been very resistant to something. A demonstration is, when I say demonstration, I think about the people who gather in groups to prove that they're against something. But with the laws of the universe, we understand that what you resist persists, because here's the thing, you're very focused on it. Focus is coming up a lot these days, and you're very focused on it. And look at how everything comes into focus when you have clarity. Clarity and focus, very much working together, those two words, right? So when things come into your focus, they are there. They are clearly there. They are present. Okay. So these demonstrations to counteract something are giving focus to it. So it was, they say Mother Teresa was the one who said, I won't go to any of their rallies unless it was for peace, then I might go. And it's now they're showing me that there has been a lot of peace movements. So if it's something that is literally focused upon, and then I'm hearing within its title, it's very defining nature. If it's focused upon a quality like love and peace and happiness, then everything will come together in that type of focus. But when we're against something, resistance is putting focus on what we don't want to have. So let's see what's coming out of the reading. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is doing the work and waiting. And it's being clarified by the Page of Pentacles. Somebody's grabbing on to something, grasping something that they're receiving, and the Eight of Emotions. And somebody is walking away. Okay, so I feel like with this energy, somebody who's watching this video is walking away from an experience that was very emotionally invested for them. And this it's something big happened around the eclipse energy. Okay, something big happened around the eclipse energy. Yes, the reading is timeless. So which eclipse are we talking about when you watch it? Because this video will be here forever, as long as YouTube is around. And if they transfer the videos to another platform, then they'll be there. Somebody is going to be thinking about what they have, what they want, and what they've done with what they have. But it came through the process of an emotionally invested situation. So something they care about, and walking away from it. Okay. Something that they were working hard for, something that they were really invested in with the Seven of Pentacles. But it was a waiting energy. And it's like, okay, I'm tired of waiting now. So there was a goal, possibly. Somebody walked away from an idea of starting a business. Somebody walked away from an idea of an engagement. Somebody walked away from an idea. Somebody was creating a piece of art and decided that they weren't going to work on that project right now and walked away from it. So I feel like it's sitting there. I feel like somebody's got an art project that's been sitting there, some sort of creative project. Maybe it's not art. Maybe yes, they're saying, yes, you're translating the word creative, the energy of creative into art, because this is one of your main forms of creation is in arts. So this creative energy, it sort of had to sit on the back burner is what I'm hearing. Because it's like, all you could do was let it keep growing now, let it come into bloom. There's nothing else you could do with it at that time, but focus energy on it. This Page of Pentacles is giving me a very focused energy. Not with the physical eyes, but look at where that pentacle is covering over the body. It goes from the solar plexus chakra right up to the heart and right up to the throat. So it sits right in between solar plexus and throat, but it definitely covers the heart. Okay. So this has given us an idea of an energy being sustained within the heart, within the emotional body. And maybe it, yes, it's a waiting for a time of action, a time to take action. And it's like you're moving towards it. You're moving towards, I see you knowing that you're moving towards a huge goal, a vision that's going to be very real in life. And it has to do with this Jupiter energy because of the person's pose. Her pose is reminding me of the symbol of Jupiter. So it has to do with this Jupiter energy, a huge opportunity that I feel like there's a sensing that it's coming. There is you get the energy of it. You can feel the momentum of it, of the energy culminating in this. And it's something that you had to kind of like leave it sitting on the back burner for a while. So let's see some more about this situation. Okay, I'm being told to put these in the middle while I've been playing with them the whole time. So let's see. On one side of the table, we have the Two of Wands as a situation. Okay. They're taking me back to the last set of cards again. So I'm not even going to get into that Two of Wands yet. So on one side of the table, while there was this waiting process, during this waiting time, one side of the table moves forward, goes on. Somebody is letting go, moving on. Okay. Moving on to go get their wish fulfillment. Their wish fulfillment hasn't yet been realized. Maybe it hasn't been, materialized yet. On the other side of the table, somebody is holding a golden opportunity already, and they are well aware of it. So let's look at this Two of Wands energy now. So Two of Wands is about making a decision. They're showing me a definition that I read from the Mother Peace Round Tarot book that I have, the guidebook for it. It talks about having sexual thoughts about another person. So somebody's having sexual thoughts about another person. Good morning, Lee. Thank you for being my first commenter while I'm live here. How is the weather in your neighborhood today? Did you sleep well? All right. So the Two of Wands coming out with, the Chariot and the Three of Wands. Look at that. So what's happening in the situation overall is, it's interesting as one person moves towards what they want with the Chariot energy. That solar plexus is lit way up, and look at how it shines on the other person. It's almost as though one person takes the action and the other person expects or receives the reaction of it. It's interesting. So on one side of the table, where there could be thought going between two different parties, passion going between two different parties, or a decision to make a different choice, to make a choice that's going to take you somewhere than you've been before. In that, we have on this side of the table, we have the person who has chosen to move towards their goals, their dreams, their wish fulfillment. And they've got all this energy supporting them. They're using the power of their hands, and they're drawing forth all this supportive energy, and in harmony, they're making moves in the direction of that what they're choosing. Okay. On the other side of the table, this person that is thinking about and finally identified what they really want, who's in this energy of expansion. Expansion is about growth, right? When you think about something expanding, it grows. Okay, so somebody's growing. And meanwhile, they're actually in a very positive place of expectation. Now, I see in regards to interpersonal relationships, we are talking about somebody here who is longing for something. They've identified what they want, and now they're waiting for that opportunity. Because you see, this lady here, she's standing on the beach. She's waiting for that perfect wave to roll so she can go out there with that surfboard she has. Now they just show something else. So a surfboard is a means of travel, but it's a means of entertaining travel over water. So it's interesting because this person, first off, they're still on the beach waiting. And while they're busy waiting and not doing, there's so much waves out there passing by. This person is not getting into the water. So there's somebody here who's waiting for an energy to pass by who doesn't want to get into the emotion of it. There's somebody here who would rather sit on the sidelines and get into the emotion of it. And there's also these two torches lit, although this is the Three of Wands, right? We got two tall torches lit, and then we have one little torch lit. Wait, one little bitty one down here. But we got two tall torches, right? Wow, that's really interesting. I'm seeing for someone, there are two flames that stand at nearly equal heights, and they match very well. But there's a third flame that matches. It's just not as tall as the others. And they're giving me the energy of, but don't worry, that third flame is going to grow. And before you know it, in other words, we all know that a torch, a lantern like this, a torch lantern, is not literally going to grow, right? But in the way this imagery is being shown, it's like, yes, it's going to grow taller. At some point, these two were much shorter as well, but now there's this waiting period for growth. It's almost as though there's a waiting for this one to come into its fullness, is what I'm getting. So this is giving me the energy where three or more are gathered together in my name. Okay? And I know that's very scriptural and biblical, but that's what I'm getting the energy of here. So there's a third party, but this is a beneficial energy. So what I see happening, and you got to remember now, I spoke a bit about these two wands here that are nearly equal in height, right? So we had the Two of Wands as the first card for my custom deck, right? So those two wands, and it's like the other person on one side, on the first side of the table, showing up with that Chariot energy. Oh, things are moving. Like it or not, things are in motion. And I feel like the other two wands that are lit up are waiting for the third one to come up to... Look, I'm not comparing myself. I'm just owning myself, in this reading is the way it feels, because somebody's like, oh, that's so egotistical. But literally what I got was the two wands are waiting for the third one to come up to their level. But they're not just standing around waiting. As a matter of fact, so what they're showing me is the reach of the light cast by the two taller wands and the flame that they carry is so much more far-reaching, effective, and large than the shorter torch. The shorter torch, if you put a light closer to the ground, it's going to cast more shadow than light. Oh boy, that's really interesting. It will cast more shadow than light because there's so much more stuff in between. And its light isn't going to have as far-reaching effect. And yet and still, so notice how these two torches are very close. This is interesting, the way this is coming through. And with all this torch and flame energy all up in this card being focused on right now, in this session. Somebody's flame energy, I feel like, is more of a match over here, but there's a separation in between the two. There's this energy in between the two. It's a feminine energy. So let's see what else we have coming out. I got told to put those down now and keep moving forward. Okay, one more thing before I can move forward, though. Show you the horses. Look at all these horses and look at the energy coming off of each of her fingertips. So she is moving in the direction of her choosing, and she's got all this support here. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we have coming out. The Two of Swords, a decision. It's decision time. It's decision time. Okay, so a decision needs to be made. There could be, okay, and I'm getting stalemate. So there's a stalemate somewhere. On one side of the table, we have the Seven of Emotions. And this card is, for me, the way I channeled the meaning, and that's what's coming up now, is make a wish. This is the make a wish card. This isn't the get a wish card. This is the make a wish card. Now there's a lot of information out that says that this is about illusions, misconceptions, smoke and mirrors, pulling the wool over somebody's eyes. But this is also given to me as the card of unconditional love, a very agape form of love. It's a divine love. It's not, so this is not sexual. On one side of the table, this is not sexual. This is a divine love. Okay. On the other side of the table, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is life lessons. It's the teacher. It's in this deck gives the energy of, first off, I see Stairway to Heaven. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. It's the wedding officiant, so it's a spiritual authority. This is somebody who, look at the appearance. They're very happy in their skin and where they're at. So we have one person who's looking in the bowl of fish. We have another person who's looking up at the light. Or at least these are two sides of the table, right? For someone, this will be two sides of your own perspective. I hear somebody's been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If this is you, this is also somebody here who's, okay. Oh, that is so clear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, I was just cut off to say, unconditional love is love irregardless of conditions. It's like, see this energy path here? Do you see how it mirrors the energy of the stairway? And even with the wording cutting this off over here, this even looks like a brighter light, especially from further back, which matches this. These two are aligned. And what I see is this stairway to heaven is actually contained within the energy of this. So this is like showing me the backside of this staircase. On the backside of this staircase, wow, that's big. The Hierophant is an energy of commitment. So somebody's been very committed here. And the Seven of Cups is now giving me the energy of my, actually on the table, these two are sitting this way. So I'm being told to flip them around. Because it needs to be noticed that this energy is looking in that direction. but not at that one. So in this energy, the Seven of Cups is coming up as I can love you, whether, because unconditional love is love in all forms of duality, both in presence and absence. And so what's being highlighted here is absence. Somebody is getting enlightenment. Somebody is being taught by the universe right now. And somebody else is focused on what other options do I have at this point. Somebody's wanting a commitment. Somebody's wanting to open up their opportunities. Somebody's considering opportunities while somebody else is fully committed. The opportunities don't have to be for a relationship, but it's interesting because even while the one is considering these opportunities, there's still this aligned energy, and these two energies are still working together. One is a very form and structured path. The other is a very light and energy and mentalism path. Yet they're both two sides of the same stairway to heaven. But one is a very, it's interesting. So it's a horizontal staircase. You've got to go one step at a time, and work your way up, all the way up the staircase on that side of the table. On this side of the table, the stairway to heaven is like, the way I'm seeing it, it's almost like a pulley system. So have you, I'm sure you have. I'm getting these different ideas. I'm getting the energy of magnetic transport. So I feel like this is magnetic. It just draws in. So where in the other card of the Hierophant, it's a very step-by-step structured journey. This one is very streamlined, jet streamed. There's not so many steps. And I really feel like for somebody, this is the old way and the new day. It's like as you consider and you keep your considerations in harmony with unconditional love, it's streamlining your path. So we have, in regards to maybe relationships, we have a stalemate even between two people where one person is left to learn life lessons and, they're sitting down, they're having their enlightenment, they're finding their inner joy. On the other side of the table, we have one who is choosing their point of focus, knowing that they have a direct connection as well, and that it comes in swiftly, especially right now. So there's something very, very significant about the right now. And they're saying, don't worry when you find this reading in your linear timeline. Whenever you do, right now is right now. And if you were guided to this, everything happens for a reason. And if you're watching this, and if you heard anything that I said, you were guided to this. Now, how long you stay on it before you get triggered and click off, it'll be different for all of you. But if you watch this whole reading from beginning to end and you get triggered at any point, but you sit with it, you're transmuting that energy, you're removing a trigger. Also, if you get to the end of it without getting triggered, I'm hearing that's going to be saying something really good about you. So I don't understand why this trigger is coming up. I don't see anything that's triggering here to me. So okay, let's see what else we have. Queen of Cups. So this is right now speaking about telepathic receptivity, psychic receptivity. This is about being in an energy of being more receptive. So anywhere where there are two people who are separated, because somebody says, I can love you unconditionally, but there are conditions to my presence. I feel that strongly from the last grouping of cards. There's still love. And the whole point of the separation, if you were in this separation, was realizing that you both were in a very stagnant energy that wasn't moving in a way you wanted. And let's clarify that, please, and say it with less judgment in it, with less resistance. And we want to say it in this way. If there was a decision made for separation, it was made to put both parties in the most receptive mode possible. And that's exactly what it's done. So both parties are now in receptive mode. Let's look at this. On this side of the table, we have the Ace of Materials. I told you there was a separation. And that both parties were going to be receptive. And so on this side of the table, you're receiving a golden opportunity. I feel like you're being adorned. And I hear Miguel, let my love adorn you, baby. And so the thing of it is, on this side of the table, I feel like this person asked to be shown in a very 3D materialized way just how loved they are. And I feel like by God, by the universe, by their ancestors, even by their self. So somebody here is spending some time with their feelings. They're spending some time with their self. They're spending some time in self-nurturing. And somebody is getting a boost to their income. Somebody is getting a payout that they didn't expect. This is now the third time I heard it. I am going to say it. Just hold on. And can you hold on and let me finish saying one thing at a time, please? You love it when I get snarky. I know. And they're figuring it out just as much as we keep doing. So this is somebody here who is being awarded. They're being highlighted as, oh, Neo, the one. So there's the energy of Neo, the one. There's this energy of a windfall. That's what it was. Thank you. The windfall. They're saying, see, that's why we stay on you until you say it. So somebody is really getting a lot of downloads, and that happened on purpose. They're saying, we've had to be very, very repetitive with you, but we keep giving it to you, and you finally are getting it. You finally picked it up, whatever it was. And I feel like that initial 8 of emotions energy, that's what made you move forward from whatever you were emotionally invested in, or this person on this side of the table. Okay. It was drawing them, and it's like with this eclipse energy, it's like, okay, time to go, time to close out the old, bring in the new. It's time to do what it do. Yeah. And that put the other party, your decision, I feel, and I'm hearing your decision, whoever's watching, put the other party in this new phase where they've actually graduated to another level. Now, it's interesting because there's the energy of holding on here, but there's also the energy of they got a new opportunity coming to them too. And it's an opportunity for really learning. I feel like learning self-awareness, learning about their own blockages, emotional blockages that they've held. Somebody's learning through some sort of physical experience that they're having when that they have been blocking their intuition out. And what they gave me as an example was in my nail career. If you don't know, I'm Melinda NailFanatic because I do the nails. And we're going with one short pinky for a while. So no, it's not broken. It's perfectly formed. I meant for it to be baby. Okay. So, but in my nail career, and there would be a new client come in, and they would ask for a certain shape or color or whatever. And I would get the intuitive hit that said they don't like the color. Ask them if they want a different color. Ask them if it's too long. Ask them if it's too short. Whatever it was, it happened many different days in many different ways. And after so many times of not listening to that intuitive voice, I finally began to ask, because I realized in hindsight that if I would have listened when I got that intuitive nudge to ask the client, is that long enough? Is it short enough? Is it too wide? Is it too whatever? Just because I was picking up um, on their thoughts about it, right? I was receiving the messages about how they felt about the job that I was doing. And I'm hearing that's been an effect for some of you, and it's been serving you downfall because you keep looking at how they're feeling more than how you're feeling. But I learned that I would save time, product, and energy if I would follow my intuition. So there's something very significant here in that, what I've just said about time, product, and energy. Saving your time, your product, your resources, your goods, and your energy if we would listen to our intuition. But now that we are being in receptive mode on one side of the table, that is yielding results in the physical world, is the most general way to say that. So for somebody, this is translating into a new person in your life. For somebody else, this is translating into a new job in your life. For somebody else, this is translating into a new home. For somebody else, this is translating into a new purchase of some sort or gift that you've received, something of value that you could look at with your 3D eyes or hold or touch with your physical 3D hand. Let's look at the other side of the table with this Queen of Cups receptive energy. So what are they receiving? The Four of Pentacles. I told you it was about their heart energy. Where's the purse at? It's on their heart. So there's a big difference in these energies, right? In this energy, there is, so on that side of the table, whoever we're talking about, the coins are inside of the bag, which they must clutch onto. On this side of the table, you know that you are the coin. You are the coin. And this is now looking like the marker that you drop down on your GPS, on a significant location on your GPS, on Apple, on your maps, right? And it's like, okay, I am the coin. So where this person is clutching onto a bag that has some change in it, you realizing, or this side of the table is realizing, I am the coin. I am the wealth. I am the abundance. I am the prosperity. So for somebody, it's the old way and the new day, right? And the old way was clutching onto what you had. And now that you're stepping more into the energy of, I am awareness, I am creativity, I am control, I am power, I am money. You are becoming money. Somebody needs to rewind this video, hear those 5 words, use them every day. It's a very powerful spell that says right here is where to drop it. This is the marking point. You can drop it off right here. Where's here? Me. Drop it off in me, in what I am. Okay, they said, is that it for these cards? Let me just clarify that that's it. They're showing me, having me look at the flowers right up in here. The big rose is right over where the pineal gland would sit. So look below for help decalcifying. If you don't know what calcification of the pineal gland is, you need to investigate that after you get this website that's in the facts below the video in the description box, okay? But see where that rose is? This is an opening of that pineal gland. This is an emergence. This is a bust loose. It's all the way open. We all the way up. That's what it feels like. Now, what's interesting in this energy now, as I put the cards back in the same position on the table, both of these feminine energies are looking in the same direction, but they're in very different places. One is out in the open, very vulnerable, very exposed. The other is very much in their own energy. So it's speaking to me about 2 different ones who have a different level of exposure. Somebody here is used to She works hard for the money. Somebody else is like, I just be my glorious self and the money just shows up. Okay. What else? What's unfolding in this? Three of Wands. There's the expectation. There's the hope. There's the knowing that something good is on its way. There's I've done all I can at this point. All there is left to do now is allow it to develop energy. Allow the development. And I chose to put that over the Page of Pentacles, which was that new phase of learning, new opportunity to grasp some concept that will ultimately lead to materialistic fulfillment in whatever fashion or form. It could be a person, again, a career situation, a familial situation, a purchase. What is it in your life? And this is a expectation of things to go well coming in. It's like from here, it's almost like what I'm hearing is from a rock bottom, there's only one way to go, and it's all the way up. So somebody is definitely feeling like they're at a point that is rock bottom. Somebody is also feeling that a specific energy has bottomed out. It's like, okay, we've hit the end of this energy. So there's an energy, this energy is shifting, and there's a feeling of finality. There's a feeling of finality here that's being highlighted. Oh, I'm just getting some instruction to light a candle. So give me just a moment while I get that together. Okay. All right. So somebody could be lighting a candle, but I'm literally being given direction to light this candle. So I'm going to light this candle. But somebody out there could be doing some candle magic. Somebody works with candles frequently. Okay, so that's a message for someone. The Three of Wands energy. Clarifying that Three of Wands on one side of the table we have, the Ace of Emotions. Now, this is the same side of the table that showed up with the Ace of Pentacles. So on one side of the table, you got the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Materials in this deck, and the Ace of Emotions. This Ace of Emotions, for me, Ace of Emotion energy, well, in traditional Ace of Cups, it is always self-love energy. It's the connection, emotional connection that puts you in this beautiful state of alignment. And that connection could be happening. It always starts with you, because whatever it is very pleasing to you. So there's always this acknowledgement of, I love this. Yes, this pleases me. So on one side of the table, I feel like, and it's interesting because, again, the eyes are closed. I want to say something big about this now. Okay. They're showing me on the Two of Swords, we had the Seven of Emotions and the Hierophant. We showed that. Those two cards out of all of these images is the only one where you see eyes open. In all these other images, there's two cards where you can't see any eyes. In all these other images, their eyes are closed. So there's that energy here that in this decision, you go more from, in other words, it's not about what you're seeing. It's about what you're feeling, sensing, and knowing is the way that's coming in. So the Ace of Emotions, she's surrounded by sea life. She's adorned, she's crowned, and her head is focused up, and there's a seed of life image that surrounds her in the background. This is a very creative energy. This is like creating with the power of love. I'm hearing the song Power of Love. Who is that? Huey Lewis in the News? On the other side of the table, look at this. Somebody's finding their joy is what I hear. The Page of Wands. This person is excited. There's excitement here. So on the other side of the table, again, the Page of Pentacles. Whoever's on that side of the table, very much in a learning energy. Learning about material resources or asking for them. Learning about actions. Learning about opening their heart. Going from a blocked heart energy to a heart flowing and free energy. So that's what we have on that side of the table. Does somebody want to come rub my feet with some lotion for me? It feels so good. All right. What else do we have? Oh boy. The things that just come out of my mouth. So that's important. Somebody's getting their feet rubbed with lotion. Somebody's loving having their feet rubbed with lotion. Somebody wants to rub your feet with lotion. What is it? Who are you? What am I talking about? With the Wheel of Fortune. This is a complete energy shift because it's the end of an old energetic patterning is what I'm getting. It's the end of an old, the old guard is another way they're putting it. But what it is the end of an old karmic cycle. So life on earth consists of all these karmic cycles. And what are karmic cycles? It's the energy of what you put out coming back to you. So something is closing itself down. Yeah, something is closing itself down. So let's look on this side of the table. How is this Wheel of Fortune? What is being closed down on this side of the table? Because obviously there's fresh starts there. I mean, with the decision to move on, and there is, on this side of the table, let me just start here. On this side of the table, you have angel number 77, angel number 11, and angel number 7711. Over the situation, this is probably talking about a partnership, either in business or romantic, because we have the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords showing up very strongly. We also have over the connection, 33, so there's master teacher energy all up in this. But on this side of the table, it's angel numbers 7711 and 1177 and 7711. Okay. This Wheel of Fortune, the ending of a cycle. On this side of the table, what is ending? We have the 10 of Inspiration. Wow. So this is, I'm done doing the work for everybody. Everybody's going to carry their own load. I will carry my own load. I'm getting this energy. To he who much is given, much is expected. And part of what is expected is not that you carry everybody else's load. Okay? Others might ask you for it, and others in your physical might even expect that of you. But that's not what your spirit expects of you. That's not what source expects of you. That's not what God expects of you. Which vernacular do you like? This is about you carrying your part of the load and moving forward and allowing everyone else to carry their part of the load. What we have here is 10 cows, all with a vessel of water as well. So it's like everybody has their own load to carry. And everybody's carrying their own load. Each one must. So there's this new beginning with the wrapping up on one side of carrying the load for others so that you can walk. I'm getting in your own energy. Again, in your own energy. Both of these cards giving that very much closed in your own energy space. And then the other party in both images, again, out in the elements, out in nature, out in a place of learning, outdoor learning. Somebody's learning about nature. Somebody's learning about what they do and what they get for what they do. Oh boy, let's look at the other side of the table with this Wheel of Fortune energy. What do we have? We have the Knight of Swords. So on the other side of the table, it's like they're running to go get their truth. That bird up there is speaking to me a truth. They're following their truth forward. This person is in motion. They're on the mission. They're on a mission. You see that crossbow on his back? This person is on a mission. He got a target in mind. He about to go put himself in alignment to catch that target. It does look like a masculine energy. Somebody wears a lot of hoodies. Somebody wears shorts even when it's cold outside. And somebody been wearing the same pair of tennis shoes for a few years, and you really need to get you some new ones. That whole tennis shoe thing is giving me the energy of, in other words, they've been running the same way for so many years. It's time to change the way you're running, whatever that means for you. Somebody's exercise routine has hit a plateau, is what I hear. So if this situation is now in a Wheel of Fortune and everybody's made to carry their own, what I see happening is one person has already got their purpose, their mission, their load to carry, and they're carrying that shit up a hill. And there's others that do too, but they are a very dominant energy in what they do on this side of the table, right? On that side of the table, it's like the other person is not yet found their load to carry. They're still in pursuit of it. There is the energy of the pursuit. On that side of the table, somebody is in pursuit. Somebody's in pursuit because they want to get married to somebody. Somebody wants a commitment. Somebody wants to establish a certain level of financial wealth and prosperity. And that is what they're looking at. What can I do to get this amount that I want, amount that I need? Okay. Now, let's go with some what source wants these what source wants the viewer to know about this side of the table and that side of the table and the situation itself. Ace of Wands. Oh boy, this is a yes card. The aces are all yeses. Now, this is the third ace we've come out with in the spread. Two are on this side of the table, but now the energy of the connection itself goes to an Ace of Wands. So it's this fresh start. Let's look at what that looks like on this side of the table. It looks like justice. Ooh. Getting what you deserve, getting what is rightfully yours, justice being restored, justice is on your side, justice is in your favor. And there is the energy of an ascension in this for you. The old skin is peeled off and you've emerged in a new energy. This is giving me the energy of a snake shedding its skin. It sheds its skin because the old skin doesn't fit so well anymore, and it comes off. As it grows, it's got to shed. And the turtle does the same thing. It's going to shed little bits of shell as it grows larger because its shell must grow. So likewise, your physical life, I feel like on one side of the table, what source wants you to know is in your expansion, the old appearance of what, in other words, the old 3D experience can no longer contain you. You need something more open, more spacious as you are coming into this whole new energy. Which is interesting because the other person is out in the open space. And on this side of the table, it showed up as being, in the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Emotions energy, very self-contained. So somebody has been very self-contained. Somebody's been very much in their own energy through an experience. And now that you were, and I hear, and through the experience, the other person was very outward with the energy throughout the experience. They were focused on external things like jobs and playing and having fun and chasing a fortune, trying to hold on to what they got, hold on to the past, trying to protect their heart right? And somebody else was just channeling that stuff so strongly, financially channeling. So in this connection, I see the energy of being a channel for finances in order to be a provider, because the other side does show up as a page. On the other side of the table, we could have somebody's child, and on this side of the table, you could be the parent, right? But there's energy of on this side of this of the table. Okay, now if you're a parent, it's like, okay, I can breathe now. This child got it down. They're of age. They know what to do. They got it. It's time now. I'm going to free myself. And it's like the energy in this justice card on this side of the table is stepping into a new role. I'm just going to step right on into a new role. I shed the old skin that I was in. What I was, I'm not no longer. Somebody really like orchids. Somebody here really likes orchids. You have an orchid plant. I'm getting pink or purple, or pink and purple. I bet there is a pink and purple orchid. Orchids are so beautiful. You know what? Talking about my nail career, I really did some dope, amazing masterpiece. Just, oh my God, nail art with orchids. Beautiful orchids in some of my old work. If you want to go look at some of my art that I did on nails while I was in my nail career, because right now I'm a full-time YouTuber, in case you didn't know. The nails that I do are my own. But if you want to look at some of the work, it's still online. It's on Instagram at nailfads, NailFads. Anyways, okay. On the other side of the table, what source wants us to know is Six of Cups. Six of Cups. So on the other side of the table, there's the energy of wanting to return to the past, nostalgia. Somebody is maturing. I do see maturity here. Or they're stretching towards maturity. Somebody here is also realizing and taking their power back from their childhood. Somebody is going to be making a move to return back home. Somebody is here. Six of Cups, this is a very soulmate energy. Somebody is finally understanding that this is a soul connection. And this dog is really standing out as one who is very faithful. Okay, there's a very loyal energy here. There's loyalty. And I hear I got royalty. What is it? It's Kendrick Lamar, and it's called I got loyalty. I got royalty I got loyalty in my bones. Something like that. I got loyalty. I got royalty all up in my bones. I don't know, something like that. I'm hearing. Let's go ahead and see. So if this is what source wants us to know, it's the Ace of Wands, Justice, and the Six of Cups. So this Ace of Wands for someone out there is the energy of a reconciliation, of this other person coming back. And I feel like this other person returned, though it's not any time in the near future. What they're showing me with this return is it's way later in life. See, if this is the energy right now, it was to establish this connection. But see, all of these empty bowls, for somebody to be 6 years, that this separation will happen, or this stalemate energy, whatever it is. Somebody will be gone for 6 years. Somebody's looking back to events that began in their life when they were 6 years old. Somebody was the sixth kid. But I feel like what God wants you to know about this on that side of the table is first off, they have a very strong hope that they're working, what they're manifesting, what they're putting their power towards with the Ace of Wands. In other words, they're taking the actions and making the moves so that at some point, even if it's way later in the future, they don't care when it is, this love will have matured and there can be a return. So if the energy is here now, that's a big age difference. There's a big age gap. So we're talking about giving things time now. So somebody's going to take the time they need in order to make the move they want to make. to come in and offer what you deserve, that's there. Okay. So I definitely feel like we're talking about some form of partnership. It could be friendship or a cousin or an auntie or an uncle or parent or a sibling or a lover or a friend. Okay. I also see in this new energy, while you're busy shedding your skin, somebody's going to be revisiting their past. So this could translate, I'm hearing no, this does translate for some into returning to a place they used to live, returning to their childhood home, going back to live with parents. Somebody's going to go back to a place that was very, it was home for them, whatever that, but I'm getting it in a sense of it wasn't really home, but it was home. So somebody's got a home, right? And somebody else is saying, that's not your home, this is your home. But they're saying, no, that's my home. I don't care where home was literally physically in my experience, like that's home. So somebody's here going to make a move to go back home. So let's go ahead and pick all these up and set them aside, because this is what has been, okay, and where it is. This is either all has been, or this is all what it is right now, or anywhere in between that. This is has been and was and is right now energy. We're just going to move those over here. Let's put them back here. Thank you. And then what we're going to do is look into what's unfolding in this experience, okay? So let's just see. As a connection in the physical strength, this is control. This is self-control, control of the self instead of trying to control the other. On one side of the table, we have the 8 of materials. Somebody's going to be very busy. This person has 8 hands, and they're all reaching for something. This is giving me a very much energy of a spider, an arachnid. Somebody uses the word arachnid a lot. This is full bloom energy. Somebody's going to be in full bloom. In the other cards, I'm being asked to dig that Ace of Pentacles out of there again. So give me just a second. Hold on, wrong stack. It's over here. Ace of Pentacles energy. Where did it go? Here it is. So this experience, as it was, you were in this birthing phase, showing the universe where to put your blessings, right? But all these flowers were intercontained. And look at the size of the rose here, right? Now, fast forward to what's unfolding, and the energy is expressed outwardly now. And look at how much the rose has grown. So there's the energy on this side of the table of huge blossoming abundance, blossoming in connections with others, meaningful connections, blossoming in being more productive, in seeing the tangible fruit of your labors, of your work. Yeah. On that side of the table, what's unfolding is 6 of Swords. There's a this person is in their I just dropped all the stack. This person is in their mind working on how to let go and how to move on. This person is being carried forward. Spirit is working very much with this person to get them out of a conflict, to get them out of a fight, to get them out of a battle within the confines of their own head. And it's happening. It's actually happening. So somebody is here beginning to work with their power of controlling their thoughts. Somebody is finally on that side of the situation, on that side of the table, begun to look at how can I be more in mastery of my thoughts? How can I be more masterful in my way of thinking? How can I use my thoughts more beneficially? Yep. And I hear they have the knowledge. Now it's the application of the knowledge. And they're saying to whoever you are, viewer, whatever side of the table you're on, I feel like you're definitely on this side of the table, though, that you remember being there yourself. You can remember the experience of beginning to let what you knew spiritually take a tangible physical role in your life. And that's the energy that's going on that side of the table right now. So they're saying, look back, because for some of you, it's 6 years. That side of the table now has angel number 66 blessing them, and angel number 12 and the ancestors, the energy of the ancestors. I feel, ooh, that's beautiful. What they just showed me is each of these birds that are attached, so there are 3 birds working collectively, represents an ancestral energy. So this could be ones that they knew. I feel like these are ones that they knew are pulling them forward. Okay. So there are 3 loved ones in spirit, particular energies that this one on that side of the table identifies with. And they're wrapped in red. So this is about, again, notice they're still trying to protect their heart, trying to avoid the emotion of it. Their bag is packed. Their bag is packed. There's motion in this card, but they're being carried forward in their journey by these loved ones in spirit. Now, those other birds in the background to me are representing other ancestral energies and guides and protectants. Angels. For somebody, these are all angels, right? They're sort of doing a guarding thing. They are back there flying around and they're guarding the energy. In other words, so these are taking the lead, right? They can see clearly what's coming. And this individual is I'm hearing forlorn, so they can't really see what's coming. But because of what they have chosen for their self, they chose a path of evolution. Okay, they're choosing to elevate, to awaken. They're choosing consciousness. They're choosing to make their life better, and whatever that means for them. And so, oh, there's 4 birds they're showing me. Is that 4 birds or is that the end of the scarf? Well, it's now showing up as a 4th bird. Anyways, the ancestral energies that they don't have conscious awareness, angels, ancestors, guides, have got their back. This person is protected from the front and the back. And I hear up, down, all around, but there is the energy of their support. I even get the idea that if this person was to try to turn around and jump off of that boat, those birds would swoop in and scare them right back into the boat. You ain't going nowhere. Get your butt in that boat. Let's go. So this is in the physical realm. So this is saying somebody is really moving, and it's like wherever they think they're moving to is guided. Wherever this person lands at, and then we are talking about in their physical 3D body. So somebody literally moving on just to reach for a better feeling. They feel like they've got to move on somewhere, move on somehow in the physical. So somebody moving across land or water. Somebody could even be making a big move across a body of water. Okay. Who gets to live in a boathouse? We think it could be fun to live in a boathouse, and we think somebody is moving into a boathouse. That's what we saw. Let's see how else this experience is showing up in this energy, in the predictions, in the emotional body, in the realm of emotions. So Page of Pentacles. So there's that thinking of the energy of the person. And now, again, that other card is showing up. So let me dig it out. This one. So it's the energy of thinking of this thing that I value, this person that I value. This was on that side of the table. They were the ones showing up as the Page of Pentacles. So now what's interesting is by their thinking that, guess what's aligned now? The connection itself and the emotional body is all about thinking about the value of the other. So there's the energy of appreciation here. There's gratitude here. Let's see. But let's see. Let's just see. On this side of the table, muse of emotions. Backs are turned. There's identicalness here. There's mirroring going on. Mirroring, which is making things happen. There's a flood of emotions pouring through both sides. So on this side of the table, I feel like on this side of the table, the person they feel emotionally connected. Although their hands don't touch, although they don't face each other, they can feel each other's existence, presence. They are very emotionally aware of one another. I feel like they see signs about each other all the time. They can be constantly reminded. So there's somebody here who's constantly reminded of this mirror image. Let's look on the other side of the table. What's showing up for them in the emotional body prediction? Queen of Cups. Now, this is why. This is freaking why you're feeling this. Because on that side of the table, this person is using their spiritual ability to draw energy on this connection, feed energy to the connection. I do feel like it's going both ways. And on this side of the table, I feel like this is you perceiving it. Very in tune with it, but still keeping the back turned. There's the back turned. Your back is turned to this. But now what's interesting in this unfolding, this person is finally starting to receive awareness, understanding, perceive their emotions. They're starting to get more in tune with their emotional body through this process. There's somebody here who's really beginning to allow their emotions to flow. And what I just saw, let me show you how I was moved to put the cards on the table. This all runs together like one sequence. So what's happening is, on that side of the table, this person is creating the energy. They know that they're powerful, creating the energy for this connection. It's not yet time. They're not facing each other. If these two women in this Muse of Emotions cards were facing one another, I would say, and it's happening in the very near future with that Page of Pentacles. But no, I get it more as a focus on the energy of what is wanted, of wanting. Okay. So I feel like this person is putting their energy outward. And I feel like this person is taking in energy for themselves in harmony, realizing, somebody here has realized, oh God, I love this realization. When I had it, the question I heard was, and how is that going to affect your experience? Okay. Because this was the coming into, this is being shown to me right now. On this side of the table, we have a person who's coming into the awareness that, you know, I am my own soulmate. I know how to love me. I know that I'm always gonna hold me down. Thank you, Lisso. Woke up in the mirror like, damn, she's the one. Yeah. So there's somebody here who realized, like, I am my own twin flame, soulmate, lover. I am the best lover for me. You know what? This is, the way I said it is, if I could clone myself, I would love myself. I would marry myself. I would take care of myself. I would have the best sex life ever with myself. I would eat the best food and cook it for myself. And me and myself would always be together. And they're showing me the energy of me, myself, and I, interestingly enough. So the me and myself, so that comes up from a meme that I did years ago, and it was the energy of me, myself, and I. Yeah. And the question was, are you alone? It's like, no, I'm not alone. I'm here with my two best friends. All you can see is the one physical part of me. You can't see my other two best friends. That's what I get here. I'm here with my two best friends. It's like now the way it's coming is this girl actually represents this torch. People can only see this. They can't see the two angels stand on the side of her. They can't see in those angels. What is it? It's the higher self. It's the divine mind. Okay, this can go on and on and on. Let's look at the mental body. What is the prediction here for the mental body? The Knight of Wands. So somebody's here is going to be thinking about, I'm taking action, thinking about what am I going to do, thinking about the plans, putting plans together for action. Okay, let's look on this side of the table. We have the 10 of materials, creating wholeness, completion, the flower. Wow, the flower, guys. It went from being a small rose to now it's a big rose, and it's being multiplied externally, right? And then now also it's like in the plans is we're going to make a whole tree of giant roses grow that will cover everyone. Creating change, taking action to create change that is going to affect so many. I'm hearing a wholeness of all your generations. This is a beautiful development. This is an absolutely gorgeous development. I got to just look at this process again that's on this side of the table. It's all contained within, but I will not let it out. It's a potential. It's a new beginning. It was all within. Then this is like, I can sing really good, but I only sing in my shower. This is like, okay, maybe I'll go ahead and start doing karaoke and then finding that you're really good at it and people love when you do it. And then this is like, you know what? Now this is having the concert. This is having your own live band. This is having a concert, and this is the world looking at it. So however that applies, but that is that is a illustration to describe the development of this situation. And so mentally, it's like in your mind, you're being inspired with this vision of how everything comes together, how it all wraps up in a beautiful way that affects so many. 10 of Pentacles, this is about generational wealth. Okay, generational wealth. Let's look on the other side of the table. Whoa, snap. Oh, God. So let's remember that this other party, they've got to move on, right? The universe has stepped in with the strength card into the physical 3D experience and said, okay, your physical body has got to go. Okay. In the emotional body, they all up in their emotions. They're so emotionally aware now. So what's on their mind? The hurt, the pain. The pain. They're thinking about how much it hurts. Somebody is here thinking about how much it hurts. It's the truth, though, that hurts like a beast, but it will set you free. That freedom will only come through going through that. So somebody is here being inspired to look at their pain and how they're holding on to it. And what can they do to really milk the pain for the power? And the Rumi quote that I use all the time is coming up again. It's through the wound where the light enters is the energy that's coming through. So somebody is being inspired by the events happening in their life with that Knight of Wands energy. They're showing me these are happenings in their environment and that are inspiring them to look at where they're holding on to pain. I feel like you have even told this person at some point, you know what? Until you deal with that pain, it's going to continue to affect all of your 3D experience in this life. You're not going to be able to run from it. It's going to keep being there. And this is the energy of, and anywhere you go, you will always find you. You will be there when you get there, anywhere you go. So you've got to do the work with yourself. So I feel like somebody is being inspired by life to do the work on themselves, coming into the self-awareness. I also feel like this is interesting the way this come through. So here you have a knowing that there is a mirroring going on and that you're spiritually, emotionally in tune, telepathically in tune. You can sense the emotions of the others, of the other side of the table. In knowing that, you know that this link works both ways. You know that this person is all up in their emotions. You know that this person is in a phase of self-development. So what you're doing is kicking yours up 10 notches is what I get, to max. You are on max. Why are you on max? Let me tell you why you're on max. Because we spoke of unconditional love earlier, which is given freely, but your presence has requirements, right? So because you're in the unconditional love, you're turning it on max, and what's happening over there is almost a forcing, but this is like helping this person get into alignment with what they really want to do, which is face this truth. It's almost as though, so I like the way a friend of mine put it. He's like, it's like you have two magnets with a thin plywood in between. And as you move one magnet on one side, even though there's no physical connection there, the other magnet on the other side moves as well. So it's like as you elevate, as you come into your wholeness, as you allow yourself to blossom forth in your full form, in your full, natural, authentic form, which you've been reaching for all the time. Look at this. It's beautiful. Yes. So this is your mind body here. This is your physical body here. I hope you can see the way I see this is you are the tree that holds all the blossoms in this physical world. And as you're doing this, that energy is, it's having a very tangible effect on the other side of the table, is what I'm saying. You know, they even have kids' tables like it's interesting that I'm using this side of the table, that side of the table, because they have those kids' sandbox tables where they have these metallic toys inside of a box. And then at the bottom of the table, there are all these magnets that they can move around to move the things inside the table. Or is it on top? I don't know, whatever. But that's what I just saw. Okay. My daughter didn't have one of those. That would have been cool to get for her. I wonder if I can find one for my grandsons. I'll have to look. They would love that for Christmas. Now, boys, do you remember the Christmas when I gave you that? Yeah. You see how I got that idea right here on the show? Because, see, one day these boys is going to grow up and they're going to be watching this show. So I'm speaking to them now. Right now, they're 4 and 6 years old. Soon the 4-year-old will be 5 in January. But one day they'll be watching this, and they'll be in their 20s when they're watching this particular episode. And it's going to really tickle them to remember that toy that they got this Christmas. I'm going to find one. They said, yeah, you'll find one. Go get it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Okay, so let's see. This would be interesting to see how that unfolds, but I trust. So let's look at the spirit body, what's going on. 8 of Pentacles is the energy of the connection. So spiritually, what's unfolding is this is karmic return energy. You know, this is the experiencing of karma. Now, spirit is the creative element. Everything in the physical experience is a side effect of the spiritual. So, okay, and I was just cut off by spirit. You know your great-grandchildren are going to watch this too, and your great-great-grandchildren. I'm glad YouTube is going to survive. Right on, YouTube. That's what's up. You survived the great shift into the age of Aquarius. I'm so proud of you. Some people are watching this, and they're just like, oh, my God. But this is a karmic energy. Okay? So this is a return of karma. So if you... And this has to do with how you've judged yourself. If you know at your core of core that you're a really good person and you've done the best you could and you acted in love and peace and happiness, You know your karma is beautiful. It's pristine. It's bright. It's shiny. It glistens. It's silver holographic Lamborghini, baby. Yeah. Somebody else, though, who doesn't have that type of judgment of themselves, they say, I know I'm a bad person because I've done this, I've done that, and they haven't forgiven themselves. They're going to sit in that repercussion until they can find forgiveness. Because I hear this is all about learning and forgiveness. And that is, I'm hearing I hear that's why this connection keeps coming up for you. That's beautiful what I was just shown. That's why this connection keeps coming up for you, because in this phase, in this connection, in what was, you were learning and forgiveness towards yourself. You were learning about yourself and you were offering self-forgiveness. That's how you got to even be in this flower state that we've shown so much throughout this reading, right? So, in the spirit body on this side of the table, which I believe is you, Knight of Materials. Success is assured, and you're going to continue to move forward. And they're giving me the energy of disciples, trainees, and another young person coming in, another younger person. So I feel like for somebody, this was definitely a younger person. So for somebody who was dealing with a child in this, and this is the energy of between you and your child was going to come back more mature, more responsible. The Knight of Materials is so responsible. Sometimes it's to his own detriment. Okay. So you're going to watch his child come back to you, and they will have picked up the knowledge that you put down. See the roses on the horse's head? Because what they're showing me is this other card that we got in the same deck. Hold on, I'm going to dig it out. This one here, where each one was given to carry their own weight. Everybody has a vessel. You've got to carry your own vessel. And that's huge when you think about what that means. Because remember, your body is nothing more than a vessel. It's a point of focus. Your spirit is not contained completely within it, but this is what, see? Oh, that's huge, you guys. Oh my God. So if you look at the vessels that are being carried, that's the size of the physical body. That's the vessel, the physical body. And if you look at what the cows are and the lady represents is the spirit body. And you are showing up as a huge spirit body. Everybody's spirit body is larger than their vessel. So you are not as small as your physical size of your human body. You are so much larger, and your energy is so much more radiant. Now you see this one woman here, her dress, which is her energy, is enough to cover over 8, well, technically 7.5 of these cows and their vessel. Plus, we can't see the end of her dress and how long the train of it is, because I hear she's got a very long train. Okay. So while you're allowing each one to carry their own vessel, their own life, there's a freedom in this. There's a loosening of control, which is the strength card that's in the physical body. Control issues, right? There's a loosening of control, allowing the free will, and knowing that as you move in this direction, your energy is magnetizing them to come in this direction as well. Okay. On the other side of the table, what do we have? Wow, the Fool. So confirming. So now here they are, delving into a new journey, a new level on the journey, jumping into trust, taking the risk to trust that they will be caught. And I get the energy of within nothing there is everything. There is infinite potential within nothing. And all they have to literally do is choose. Okay? So those are how this is happening. Overall, let's get the overall outcome energy for this connection. And we're going to use all 3 cards to describe just the connection this time. We have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Hierophant, and we have the Moon. So what I get with this connection is irreconcilable differences. I'm not even kidding. Irreconcilable differences. So I feel like this process, again, in the near future outcome is there is a separation, but the link is real. And somebody's off in their emotions while somebody else is teaching everything that they've learned and completely exposed, on view, made larger than life. You see this person here? I feel like this is the regular size, and I feel like this one is larger than life. And again, that there's that energy, and the word is coming in again. It is an oversoul type of energy. So I feel like if you're in tune with this reading, you are a dominant energy for your soul group. And as you keep choosing your own evolution, there's no way for you to ensure what they're going to do. But I feel like somebody is going to be sitting in their emotions, maybe even drowning in their emotions, so that they can confront their past. And right now, that is all that they will show about where the other side of the table is headed. The rest is not for you to know right now. It's not your business. Your business is sitting in your energy so you can let that tree blossom and unfold. You can have the most important impact, okay? So let's just look at the bottom of the decks. Foundations from all 3 decks. We have the Queen of Wands at the situation. Queen of Wands, this is about passion. This is about creativity. This is a sexual awakening for somebody in this. This is definitely a spiritual awakening in this. On one side of the table, the foundation we had. On this side of the table, I just said spiritual awakening. In this deck, it's called Awakening. It's the Judgment card. We also spoke about the Judgment card. And again, I get the energy. Look at how small those clouds are. She is larger than life. This is awakening the larger part of the self, the spirit self. Wow. On the other side of the table, the foundation is the 7 of Pentacles. And I get it had to heal to grow. I immediately heard it had to heal to grow. And it's beginning to grow, which is why it had to go out on its own. And in the phase of growth that it's in, it needs to develop. It needs to develop on its own. See, in certain levels of growth, these baby plants need to be separated so that they can have room for their roots to sprout and expand, right? Yeah. So, and this is the reading that we have for you at this time. I want to thank you for joining me live for this broadcast. To Risa Mus, thank you for your beautiful comments. Risa Mus says, I manifest to have control over my life and to spread happiness. She thinks it's cool. She says, that's cool. Your boys will love that. And so true. My friends say that I visit their dreams. We have Lee, who loves orchid. So she was very resonant with the orchid message. 007, hello. Dustin, good morning to you. The weather in Vegas. You know, the daytime is pretty nice. I still like to wear my sweater. The evening in the desert, it gets chilly. But overall, it's so much warmer than other places on Earth. And I'm so glad. So I can still sleep with my window cracked at night, which I like because I like the air, fresh air flowing through. So right now, the window is cracked a little bit. Just a little bit, right? Got to let the air move through. And I'm looking forward to another beautiful download later in the day after I've gone to sleep, because you know I stay up late. So when I do these things, I've been up all night. So with all that being said and done, I want to thank you all for being tuned in, tapped in, turns in with me. Your energy is beautiful. Thank you for being part of the reading. When you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on with me, your energy is definitely part of the reading. And this is why you find your resonance here. And so for those of you who are watching it on a replay, thank you for all of our new subscribers. For anybody who really found something valuable here and you'd like to donate to support what I do, I definitely appreciate that. And all those facts are below the video. There are some times where I will just take questions and answer them, but I've been going now for over an hour and a half. And in Las Vegas, it is 3:21 in the morning. So Dustin, thank you for a beautiful donation. I just saw your donation of 1717. What an amazing energy spirit experience coming in for me. Thank you so much for your donation. So thankful and grateful. I would love to give you a mini reading after the download tomorrow, in the download session tomorrow, if you're okay with that. Go ahead and put in your question and let me know that what your question is, and that will make me remember that you sent me your beautiful donation for this message tonight. So thank you all, and until next time. Okay, I'm being told before I sign off, I need to cast a spell for us. So we see these powerful energies that are available for us, and we see the importance of our individual choices and how they affect the masses and those who are drawn by and magnetized to make empowering choices for their self, because we're making them. So wouldn't you love to have ease, flow, confidence, courage, and a naturalness to these new energies that you're receiving? Yes, yes. And anything that doesn't allow that, would you like to uncreate and destroy right now? Yes, yes. Yes, I heard, and on all time and space, anywhere in the multiverse, known and unknown, in any vessel you shall find yourself. So with that being said and done, I'm going to sign off now. So until next time, sending you the energies of love and peace and happiness. Laters.